I'm going to cook with a really quintessentially Tasmanian ingredient, the pepperberry, and I'm going to make a pepperberry brownie. To start off with the brownies, I'm going to mix together some butter, brown sugar and some vanilla essence. So we'll get those together. We've got about 125 grams of butter, a couple of teaspoons of vanilla essence, and I just love brown sugar. It's got a bit more flavour than white sugar. All right, so I'm going to mix together the butter, sugar and vanilla essence. You can use a vanilla bean as well if you've got them available. But you can also use vegetable oil. I find butter actually gives a bit more of a decadent sort of flavour and makes it a bit fudgier than the vegetable oil. A couple of 100 grams of sugar. In with the vanilla. So the brown sugar didn't look like much. We want a couple of 100 grams. The reason for that is brown sugar is actually denser than white sugar and it absorbs a heap more moisture. So it doesn't look like much, but we have got enough there. I want to add my eggs. So 3 eggs. I'm just going to do this one at a time and I'm going to use the KitchenAid to mix them together. What I'm looking for is the mixture to go from a sort of a dark brown to a pale brown, and that's when I know it's mixed well. My mixture is now a paler colour and I've sifted in some flour, baking powder and cacao. A little note on cacao, you can get cocoa or cacao. It's actually the same thing. The difference being is the way it's processed. So cacao is actually a more raw form of the cocoa bean. It hasn't been cooked at quite the temperature and you actually get a bunch of nutritional benefits to that. Next up, I'm going to melt my chocolate in a bean. You don't want to overcook your chocolate because you'll separate it. All right, chocolate in. Mix it down. Stick it on full blast, it doesn't matter. Oh, maybe not full blast. Just let it run till it's well mixed. So I've got my mixture nice and smooth, the chocolate's melted, I'm just going to fold that in and then we're going to add walnuts to the mixture as well. I've just lightly toasted these while we've been doing everything else. They're beautiful, crunchy, roasted walnut is just like, this is the best flavour ever. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's just so rich. Like you don't get, oh, far out. Walnut all through my teeth now. Don't want to smile. But the roasted walnut, it's just totally different to a normal walnut. So I highly recommend doing it. It'll go beautifully with the sweetness of this dish. Okay, so in with the chocolate. Lovely. Oh, getting it all over my fingers. Now you could cut up or crush your nuts if you wanted to. I'm going to leave them pretty much whole. It'll just give it that chunky, textural sort of feel to the dish. In they go. Walnuts are primarily grown on the east coast of Tassie, and the way that they fruit is actually the tree needs to be stressed into fruiting. So they used to actually whip the trees with chains to make it happen. I'm not sure if they do it these days or not. Surely they'd come up with a better method now. Beautiful. So I'm going to add the pepperberries to my mixture. These things are super strong, really, really fiery, but they've also got this beautiful sort of sweet floral aroma to them. So if you use them in small amounts, it'll actually work really well with a dessert like this. I actually made this for the first time with a friend the other day, and we were sort of racking our brains as to like how to make a brownie a bit different or a bit fun. And pepperberries are sort of a bit counterintuitive. You usually use those with, kangaroo and meats and proteins, but they actually really work well in a brownie. My pepperberries and walnuts are folded through the mixture now. I've put it into a small baking dish. Now, smaller is better because you want to be able to get a nice thick brownie. You want it really fudgy in the middle, you want it really gooey. Well, that's for me anyway. So if it's in a big tray, it'll be thin, it'll dry out quickly. So this is good to go. I'm going to whack it in the oven for about half an hour at 180 degrees. All right, so brownies have been in the oven for about half an hour, maybe 35 minutes. It's risen, looking really good. Hopefully it's still nice and fudgy in the middle. So let's take it out. Ooh, I need my towels. There's almost still a little bit of jiggle left in it. I reckon it's going to be super, super fudgy. So once you've taken it out of the oven, it's probably best just to leave it in the baking dish for about half an hour, let it cool down, it'll be easy to get out, and then serve with a bit of cream and off you go.